Peace. How you doing? This is Daniel Lucas once again for another review. Okay, today I'm doing a review on Rapido's new electromotor division F40-PH-2M. I'm quite certain a lot of folks has been waiting for this particular engine, but due to the tariffs and the things that's going on down in DC, we're not going to get into it, but here we are. Okay. Finally, the engine came here, and I'm going to invoke a review about this engine. This locomotive has cost me, $326. However, I needed this engine for some time, as no shade to Atlas, but the MP36-3M has, after -3C, has, I don't know, something's going on with the front truck. Okay, hopefully Atlas can rectify the situation. But this engine and the line that I want to do some segments on the racetrack, which is between Chicago, Illinois to Aurora, Illinois, where this engine predominantly serves, as well as the Rock Island line and possibly some other lines. Okay, I've not been to Chicago. I'm not really familiar with Chicago, but I have buddies in Chicago, so they can inform me more on operations out there. And I do plan on taking a trip out there and seeing for myself. So let's go ahead and, the box came in plastic sheathing. I already took it off to go ahead and shave off some time. But it's a lot to cover with this locomotive. So right now, what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and open the box. Okay, the box is sturdy enough for travel. Okay, and so it's sturdy enough for travel and storage. Inside the box, you have your exploded schematics. What you get inside the engine. Okay, here's your exploded diagram. Okay, for the detail. Okay, here's the receipt. Okay, yeah, I paid a lot of money for this engine. Just this one engine, $326, so it's well worth it. I'm going to get into it. Also in the box, of course, Rapido has stickers as well. Your Rapido stickers. Okay, yes, we like trains. I think the world is good with trains. Okay, at this time, sometimes I think trains need to run the country. There's also a sticker, here we go right here, of the route that this engine runs on, okay, the Burlington route. Okay, now part of Burlington Northern, now part of Burlington Northern Santa Fe, which the racetrack is on. Okay, so Burlington EMD powered. Metra does have a F40-PH-2M painted into the scheme. It's also sold as well within Rapido. Also in the box, you got the manual, the operator's manual. Just like when when Metra received the F40-PH-2M, or the nickname is Wenobego because of the shape of the slanted cab windshields. Okay, obviously this is to, for some kind of aerodynamics, attempt at aerodynamics for the locomotive, as well as the hilarity that Rapido displays within their books. I have several of them. So I'm a repeat customer for Rapido products, as I feel that they have the most detailed and reliable model trains. Now, let's get to the meat and potatoes of the operations. Please excuse the background. I'm in the gym right now. I'm here, just got finished working out not too long ago. So, in the box, in foam sheathing and out of the plastic sheathing. Give me a minute right quick. Let's go ahead and take this out of the box. Okay. Clamshell sheathing, as well as foam protectors and plastic protection, so that way nothing falls into the sheathing, into the top of the engine, with a lot of freehand details. cannon fans and everything. So let's just move this out of the way, and we're going to talk about the details of this particular locomotive. Once again, this locomotive is highly sought after for those out there who model the Chicagoland area. Okay, so first things first, we're going to go into the front. Okay, the engine does feature, of course, like any typical locomotive, your headlights. Okay, you got your ditch lights. You have your snow plow as well as rubber glad hand silver tip independent brakes, as well as the train line hose, a short shank Ricardia coupler, and also the paint is crisp and legible. You know, if there's any lettering in the front, which it is not. You have your multiple unit outlets as well as your HEP cables and other electrical cabling, as well as your couple of lift bar and couple of lift rungs on the side, as well as grab irons on top of the snowplow. On the nose of the locomotive, you have your safety stand treads for those out there who wish to work on the front of the engine for maintenance, cleaning the windows, servicing the lights, and everything. As well, you have freehand grab irons, as well as on the side of the nose, on the front of the nose, as well as in between. On the top, you have your number boards, as well as your gyro light. You have one as a gyro light, as well as a warning safety light, because people in Chicago, obviously, who it's grade crossing heavy where this engine runs, and because it's flatland, you're going to have a lot of grade crossings. So it's going to have a lot of traffic grade crossings, train tracks crossing the road. Okay, on the side of the engine, let's go ahead right here. On the side of the engine, you have
This is just for anybody who wants to watch TV or talk on the phone.
Okay. I was just curious.
Okay.
You were here? Yeah.
So I'm sorry and stuff, people, but yes, okay. You got your sandbox as well as your sand outlets, as well as your access ladder to the sandbox for servicing. You have your slanted nose, so your slanted windshield, and you have your cab interior. It's a fully detailed cab interior, as well as your access door and access ladder to the truck to the ground. Your battery box and everything is fully detailed, as well as the Metra name. Okay, it's crisp lettering alongside of the battery boxes. Okay, you have Bloomberg trucks as well as the sanding lines as well. You do have see-through dustbins, as well as the dynamic brake grid is also see-through, as well as the radiator grills in the back. On the bottom, you have your fuel tank, okay, which is fully detailed with the details of your fuel outlets, as well as the fuel gauges, as well as a cutoff switch right here. Also, it's a fully detailed air tank and air reservoirs on the bottom, at the back and towards the back of the engine. You have your rear Bloomberg trucks as well. Also, the numbers, your roster number, your American flag, as well as the Metra logo, fully legible and crisp. To the rear of the engine, okay, you have your HEP cable portals, as well as your independent brake lines used for connecting if the engine has to double up, usually running elephant style, and sometimes, in rare occasions, back to back. The locomotive does not have rear handrails for the exterior, but the handrails and the grab irons are alongside the backside. The access ladders going towards the top of the locomotive for servicing. You have your rear door, storm door servicing, as well as the safety chain, as this right there is usually open only for access within the shops and everything. You have your tail light, okay, for servicing or hustling the locomotive. You have your sanding outlets for your sand boxes as well. There's sanding lines on the back side of the trucks as well. You have your short shank McCarty couplers as well, and you have a rubber air hose for a train line hose. Usually, they don't really climb the back of the rear porch. I guess that what goes on in Chicago is they usually have access when when it's in the shop. On the conductor side, same to some extent. The radiator is also see-through. The painting is legible. The names, the American flag, as well as the roster number and the Metra logo is also crisp and legible on the magnification. Your battery boxes and everything is crisp to detail, as well as many underframe details. So is your tanks, okay, as well as your fuel gauge, your fuel outlets, as well as your cutoff switch. There's an access ladder to the engine room. Once again, the dynamic brake grid is see-through, as well as the dustbin hatch is also see-through. The access ladder to the conductor side, as well as a small door on the conductor side. The Bloomberg trucks is also well detailed. The coupler heights is actually on my model is of scale and to the correct height. The engine also features a real scale brake chain. Once again, the cab does feature a cab interior, as well as on the side has the armrest, a silver armrest, and an access ladder to the conductor side sand hatch. On the top of the locomotive features a P5 horn as well as a beacon. Once again, this is Chicago, so you need a lot of warning and everything, as well as when switching. Okay, so it's a lot of sight and everything through servicing. You have two RV style air conditioners on the top of the engine. Sometimes it gets hot, just as in the winter. In the wintertime, it gets very cold out there, so they don't use it as much. In the back, there's PTC antennas. PTC antennas out there protects the train, keeps them from colliding. You got your dustbin hatch. You have your exhaust outlet. You have lift rings all through the top of the cab as well. You have a see-through dynamic brake blister, as well as the blades that are on it. You have a hatch here and stuff for your exhaust, I believe. Well, your exhaust is here. But you have your radiator fan as well as the fans inside. Okay, see-through. On the bottom of the locomotive, Rapido, your traction motor details. Okay, as they're starting to break into traction motor detailing. Okay, all-wheel pickup, and the tank is detailed according to locomotives, period. You have your independent brake lines and different air lines, as well as cables. Certain traction motor cables and everything to each of the traction motors to power the wheels to spin. And of course, there's your brake chain. Right now, we're going to go ahead and put the engine on the track. Because I'm moving around right now, I'm just using an NCE controller, and dual controller for the time being, because right now I'm out and about, so I carry that along when I'm doing a review or a demonstration. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and cut the engine on. Just like a GP40, okay, with the 645 prime mover, Okay, it's where the engine out there pretty much shines. The lighting effects on the locomotive is crisp. As we go ahead and we got the headlights, we have the ditch lights, as well as the gyro light. Because it's in the Chicagoland area, there's a lot of grade crossings. So, because there's a lot of grade crossings, you got a lot of bells, you have the horns. The engine's a smooth runner. Also, I have the sound effects for wheel flange squeal. When in reverse, the marker lights come on. This engine is a push-pull engine. So as you can see, marker lights come on. The tail light comes on as well. Again, I'm not gonna pull too much. I did some not a demonstration at the hobby shop to check some things. You know, I'll get to the crib. I'll go ahead and they do have announcements as well. Okay, as well as other things. So the engine is highly detailed. Once again, very, very detailed. Okay, and it goes good with, let's pull it up some. The number boards is also lit when you put it on the track as power as this is DCC. Okay. This engine out here pulls as gallery cars. Okay, gallery cars in Chicago is you got one conductor can go ahead and service all the cars, service the whole car without having to go up the stairs. You can take tickets from downstairs and upstairs. So this locomotive pretty much, from what I know, what I understand, serves the BNSF line as well as the Rock Island line. Where this locomotive, these locomotives pretty much serve around that area. I think that they serve other lines. I'm not sure. I've never, like I said, I've never been there. I've got buddies out there. I'll take a visit out there. I'll take a trip out there and see how things are and how they operate. Of course, inside the cars, I went on ahead and I put passengers in there because I feel that passengers need to be in passenger trains. Once again, number board's always lit when it's on the tracks. This is DCC and sound, okay? Another feature, if you have dirty track or uneven track, whatever, it has a capacitor. One thing I like is the short shank couplers out there which can couple up close to the engine. Another feature is the lit control stands. So once again, those out there who do model the Chicagoland area, this is a well sought after locomotive. Okay, you should get them while they're available. Hopefully everybody pre-ordered it. I'm quite certain Jason and them may go ahead and do another run of these, depending on the success and demand. Get it while it's good, and otherwise, you know, you don't want to be a FOMO, fear of missing out. Alright? So this is Daniel Lucas. Okay, let me give you a shutdown sequence. Usually when it's in Aurora, Illinois, that's usually what you're going to hear when they plug up the hep cables and everything to charge the engine and keep it charged so that way it can start up in the morning time for morning rush hour. So go ahead, like, subscribe, share, comment. Okay, like it, bump it, dump it, write it, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Rapido's F40-PH-2M Wenobego. I'm quite satisfied with this engine. I'm gonna, just like plenty Rapido products as well as other manufacturers I do have. Okay, I'm gonna enjoy this engine, and I hope to hear from you soon and everything. All right, all right. Peace.